Hello, YouTube! As you might have seen, I'm in the Elestriad. For Season 4, I was selected as one of the content creators to be invited to the Elestriad, which is really cool, really fun. I wanted to talk about a few things about it now that it's finally been announced. Really glad they talked about the pick order in this announcement video because I really wanted to talk about that specifically. But, first off, check out this mat. This mat is so good. It's so nice. I've been wanting to properly use it for so long now. But some of the other people who got invited were like, I'm just gonna use it. Like, I think Swolax just brought it to Dallas, and like last premiere, was like Trish versus Stellar Kristoff, I think, on stream, or was it Chris? No, Trish versus Soren Plays on stream. They were both using their mats. But I was like, I haven't been invited to this before. Like, for people who have been invited before, it's like, oh, it's kind of a given that you're going to be invited back. But I haven't been invited before, so it's like, I should work to preserve the surprise that I'm going to be in this one. So I was holding myself back on using this thing, but it's such a nice mat. I really love this mat. But also, I'm very quickly hitting overflow on Elestrals mats, because I have the Season 1 one, I have the Dallas one, I have this, and I've also locked in the Season 2 Series one. So, you know, getting a bit overflow on Elestrals mats, and I tend to use my Mega Man mats anyways, but it is what it is. But let's get into today's announcement video and talk about this pick order because it's crazy. Alright, so bear in mind, I am pick number 28. I am so far in the back. The random number generator fucked me. Fucked me real bad. So I'm real far in the back. And like my immediate thought is, okay, if I can get Thunder or Earth, I'm chilling because like you get Demeter or Zeus. Those two are those divines are such an advantage over any other deck. Frost is also a very obvious strong choice because Blistrix doesn't run Zeus, so you just get full power Blistrix. And Frost has a number of other good decks that, like, by nature of how they function, by nature of their ascensions, they're able to get over the problems that divines are normally there to help you with. Like Cryo Rhino, you could just play Cryo Rhino. In fact, last Elestriad, I was a bit frustrated. Like, I realized almost immediately that was because, oh, these were obviously recorded before that happened. But the videos for the last Elestriad started coming out like the week after that premiere, where me, Dimax, and one other player all topped with a Cryovern variant. Like, it was the first premiere after the Earthquake and Laurel's Limits, if I recall correctly, and none of them were on that kind of deck. And it was like, man, there's a very that deck, those decks that we played completely function under the conditions of the Elestriad, and you could have brought this. Unfortunate. Yeah, those are the three strong ones. Lunar is actually pretty low on my personal list. Because Nobby and Werepup aren't that impressive without Zeus or Demeter to back them up. And you don't want to go that heavy on Lunar. You still have, like, Temple, Full Moon stuff to help, like, do some stat modulation stuff, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not ideal. Solar, I wouldn't mind being on at all, because, like, I'm a big Tornadian enjoyer, so, like, I think there's good stuff there. Wind has, like, Hydrake at least, can also do Tornadian stuff there. And just has a lot of really strong bodies. Having access to Galaxy and Sorlet is a really big positive of Wind, because, like, not having to splash for the Eddy access is very, very nice, especially anytime you get paired up into, like, Water, because you have to worry about Galaxy, and Eddy becomes very, very bad. So having an alternative, like Galaxair or Sorlet or Mudlet, is really, really good. Fire, I wouldn't have been ideal, but I wouldn't have minded. Kindle is still a really powerful card, and you can just eruption certain decks out of the game. Like, Fire just gives you a free win versus Frost, basically. What else is there? Water just gives you inherent access to Galaxy and Eddy. It has some it has some flaws, but there's also like a lot you can do in water really easily because you have you don't have to splash for your tsunamis or your eddies or your galaxies. But very clearly to me, Thunder is choice number one. Anyone who get Thunder is like putting themselves in a good position. So obviously, Jess immediately picks Thunder as the first pick. She immediately just goes with Thunder. Like, yeah, exactly what I would expect. But some strange things start happening as we go down. So from there, we get Golden Nova picking Water. I believe he picked Water in the last season he was in, so this is hardly a surprise. Nova Aokami also picks Water. Water had performed pretty well historically, not too surprising. Also, shout out to Nova as a fellow Vanguard player. I have to root, despite everything, despite being a rival in this format. Like Vanguard player, I love Cardfight Vanguard. And then we have Super Insane as our first Earth pick. And I'm like, okay, fairly early on, the first Earth is going to get picked. These are probably going to go pretty quickly. That's not how it went. Omni Joe picks Frost. Frost, as we discussed, Frost is like a really strong deck in this format because you just get to play full power Blistrix. And like it's a fun deck, so like a lot of people are gonna gun for that. Magnitude picks Wind. Not a bad pick, but like all the Thunders and Earth are still available, of course. Then we have Powder on Thunder. That's another of the prime elements gone. We're down to 2 Thunders left. Full Frontage picks Lunar. I was surprised to see a Lunar get picked this early. Not that surprised because I think it's very easy to fall into the trap of like Lunar has been very successful in Moonrise tournaments. Therefore, Lunar is a prime pick. But without Zeus / Demeter, Lunar is just a lot weaker as an option. So it wasn't surprising to see like people fall into what I consider a trap personally. But then Druby picks Frost. Again, really strong element to be picking. Really, really powerful. Gator EX picks Water. Again, Water's just very versatile. But again, Thunder and Earth are still like fully open, and they're not getting snagged up. We finally see the third Thunder go to Law. Law is a good player. I would expect him to recognize, yeah, Thunder. We're picking Thunder. We're picking Thunder. So he picks up Thunder. Dimax picks up Water. No surprises there. Like Dimax has played a lot of water-based decks historically, especially during Daybreak. Stupin picks up Wind. Peeps of course picks up Wind. Like Peeps is never picking anything but Wind. Peeps is too much of a Wind believer. Stellar Kristoff goes Lunar, so that's another Lunar gone. Then Trish picks up the last Thunder. Like very unsurprisingly, the Thunder team is stacked. Like the first 4 good players, like really, really high caliber players who had the opportunity to choose, go Thunder. We have got Jess on there, we've got Law on there, we've got Trish on there. Like, yeah. it's just the best element. It's just the best element. Like on face, before you really get into deck building, like on initial judgment, like Thunder immediately looks the strongest because you have access to Zeus. You can just completely play Heal Largo, as an example. Like that deck is just fully buildable. You have to go a bit heavier on Thunder, but like that's not that big of an issue. Then Aspira picks Frost. Shoutouts to my fellow Battle Spirits enjoyers. But Aspira picks Frost. As you do. Blistrix good. And Thunder is completely gone now. Swolax picks Solar. Swolax cooks. What am I gonna say? Sunburn baby. And Beam picks Frost, of course. More Frost burr. Bears go burr, yada yada yada. But let's pause at this point. We are at pick number we are at pick number 19. We are more than halfway through the draft at this point. Only one Earth has been picked. Only Super Insane at pick, I think, 4 or something. Yeah, pick 4. Only that one Earth has been taken. Somehow, and this is around this point I started thinking, I'm like, maybe there's a chance. Like, I think Frost is all gone at this point. I would have really liked to play Frost just so I could play Cryo Rhino. I love that deck. But, and it's completely buildable in Elestriad format. But Frosts are all gone now. Thunders are all gone now. But Earth is still fully available. However, there's a problem. There's still, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still 8 picks between me, between now and me getting to pick. Now, 3 Earths is a lot of slots, but if those 8 players realize that Earth is like the strongest pick remaining, then it's not going to make it down to me. And complicating matters is PK Sparks and K-Cray are both going to be picking before me. Justin is also going to be picking before me, which, like, I know in my heart that he's going to recognize that Earth is strong enough. So, like, if two players who tend to enjoy playing Earth, as well as a player who's good enough to always pick Earth, are before me, then I'm not going to get Earth. I'm going to get stuck with something else. I'm going to get stuck, like, with fire or solar or something. So it's like, okay, there's a chance, but it's not looking great. Also around this time, Super Insane is going like, did I pick wrong? Am I missing something? Why is no one else picking Earth? And it's like, I'm keeping my mouth shut because it's like, I don't want to give away that I'm trying to get Earth here. I don't want to tip anyone off that I think Earth is very clearly the best pick remaining. I don't want to tip anyone off to that fact, so I'm not saying anything, but in the back of my brain, I'm like, no, Super Insane, you are not insane. This is the correct pick. You picked correctly. But, okay. Okay, then we have, next after Bean is Shady, and unsurprisingly, I didn't expect Shady to pick Earth. Shady, like, has always picked something that's, like, burn adjacent, so, like, I thought he was going to pick wind or fire, and he picks wind. And then, who's after that? Then we have Matt O'Shea picking Lunar, so another Lunar gone. Yeah, like, I think Lunar is, like, honestly a trap. It's not a surprising trap for people to fall into. Then Soren picks Solar, so we're still good. We're still cooking. Then PK Sparks picks Solar. I'm like, huh? I'm like, the moment that happens, I'm like, there's a chance. And then K-Cray also picks Solar. And I'm like, oh my god, it's actually going to happen. It's actually going to happen. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's actually happening. It's actually going to make its way down to me. At this point, there are only 3 players left before me. And there are 3 Earth slots remaining. All I need is a single one of the remaining 3 picks before me to not pick Earth. That's all I need. If that happens, I get Earth. Then Justin obviously picks Earth because he's a really good player. He understands that Demeter is a huge benefit and goes with Earth. Then Aurora picks and goes fire. I'm like, oh my god, we've done it. Oh my god, we're in there. And then Iron Boffin picks Lunar and it's like, what do you mean? There are 2 Earth slots left. I'm pick number 28. How did 2 Earth slots? How did 2 slots with Demeter make it all the way down here? And it's not just Demeter, by the way. It is not just Demeter. As you will see anytime I go into my deck profiles as we go through the Elestriad, Mudlet is such a huge edge for you to have. Like, any in-element thing that does Eddie's job is so extremely valuable, especially because even if it's a bit worse than Eddie, you get in your element, so you're not straining your spirit math to run it. And if your opponent is on Galaxy, it doesn't lose to Galaxy. It will out Galaxy. Like Sorlet, Galaxair, Mudbed, those cards are single card answers to Galaxy in a way that Eddie isn't. So it's extremely valuable. And also gives you access to more than 3 Eddie if you want. It's just an extremely valuable tool. Just Earth, even with the 1 Equilinx, Earth is just such a strong pick. And it's so shocking to see it make it all the way down to me. It's unbelievable. I cannot believe this happened. Like we are down to 5 picks left when it gets down to me, and like 3 of them are fire, because basically no one is touching fire at this point. I think pretty erroneously, Fire hadn't really shown it any performances when the picks were happening, so like it's not too surprising. But like I wouldn't have had a problem going with Fire. But if you show me access to Demeter, I'm going to pick that every single time because it's so incredibly good, and I can't believe 2 Earths made it all the way down to me. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like I can't believe it. I've been having this conversation every day since the picks happened, that I cannot believe Earth made it down to me. It's shocking. It's shocking. I think it's just that that a lot of players at the time the picks were happening did not understand that regardless of what might be happening in the premieres, Earth was still just an incredibly strong pick. But if I'm looking at the Elestriad format, the thing I care most about is, do I get access to Zeus or Demeter? And Earth is an element that gives me access to Demeter, and therefore it is one of the best picks around. And there are a bunch of other reasons why Earth is a strong pick, but like that is reason number 1. Like that is reason number 1. You have access to Demeter. Demeter and Zeus jointly are like the best card in the game. Having access to that card is game changing. It gets you out of so many sticky situations so easily. It's so important. But then from there, with the remaining 4 picks, there's me, of course. There I am. One as plays gets fire. So we still have an Earth left, and then Yada picks up the final Earth slot. And then I believe it's Caleb. Yeah, it's Caleb and A-Drive left at this point. They both pick fire. Not discounting fire at all. Like fire, I would have had, if Earth didn't make it down to me, I would have had no problem going with fire. Like fire has some strong stuff it has access to, as it's shown time and time again in recent premieres. So yeah, I would have had no problem with that. Like you have to run Hephaestus, and like the deck's a bit one-note, bit predictable, but it's still a very strong pick. Honestly, I would say, I'm not sure where I would place them, but I feel like my number 4 pick is somewhere between fire, wind, and water. But of those, I think fire is a bit better because it has an in element 5. It has Lavalith. It has Kinleo. Those are just all really, really strong cards to have access to. Wind has the big edge of like Hydrake's really strong, Galaxair's really strong, and Sorlet's really strong. And water just has inherent Eddy and Galaxy. Like those 3 are all pretty close in my mind. But I think fire edges out over them because of how powerful Kinleo is. But yeah, like it's still shocking to me that Earth made it down to me. I don't know how that happened. I don't know. I don't know how so many people passed up Demeter. A second Earth did not get chosen until pick number 25. The first Earth was picked at number 4. There 20 picks went by without Earth getting selected. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? I understand why Super Saiyan was going bad, thinking he was missing something. Because, like, 20 picks went by without Earth Gang pick, and, like, it feels like such an obvious strong pick. It has Demeter. Like, but yeah. I plan to be doing commentary videos over all of my matches because I want to go over like my thought process in those matches, and stuff like that. So join me for that when that time comes. Let's also took a gander at so the pools. So you can predict the pools, of course. Have fun with that, by the way. Let's look at the pools real quick. I'm in Pool B, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Pool A. This is the situation you don't want to be in, by the way. Like when I was looking at my pools, I was looking primarily at elements. What I don't want to see is because they were doing the pools in such a way where you couldn't have a mirror match in the pool. So having Demeter also means that having Earth or Thunder also means that immediately you don't have to worry about fighting any more than one person who also has that edge of Demeter or Zeus, which means that that you can just bully the decks that don't have access to Demeter or Zeus to get yourself to 2-1, which is where you want to be to make it out of pools. 3-0 is the ideal because there are also scenarios where like a pool ends with 3 2-1s and 1 0-3, or 1 3-0 and 3 1-2s. Those scenarios can happen, and then it comes down to tiebreakers. And since everyone fought everyone, the tiebreakers that matter are wins versus losses, how many games you dropped, and who beat who in the head-to-head. Like, if there's a tie at that point, it's who beat who in the head-to-head. That's what ends up mattering. This is the exact scenario you don't want to see. You don't want to see Earth, Thunder, Frost, because those are, like, the three obvious best elements. Feel so bad for full fronters in this scenario. If I didn't get one of those three elements, this is the pool I would be dreading. Especially since Jess is the Thunder player. Like, frankly, if I'm in a pool with any Thunder player, I'm scared. I'm scared because almost every person who picked the Thunder Pantheon is a strong player. Very terrifying. Then Pool B, here I am. I was cursed by God. So here's what we have. We have water, which means they have Dimax deck building. Dimax will be giving them deck building, which is terrifying. Then we have up there we have fire, which means burn, and down there we have right there, right above me. That guy right there. We have Mr. Shady Penguin. His element doesn't matter. He's bringing burn. I know in my heart he is bringing some sort of wind burn stuff. So it's like I got burn, Dimax. Awesome, man. I didn't get any players who like I'm particularly like these aren't tournament players. Like they don't have like as much experience as I do just playing the game. But the elements make me concerned because burn can change things. Burn can change things really easily. So I'm worried going into my pools. I was cursed by God for stressful pools. But I completely dodged having to fight a Thunder player or a Frost player in pools, which is great news for me. I might be in the burn bracket, but it's fine. It's fine. We don't have to deal with anyone with Zeus. We don't have to deal with anyone with Blistrix. We can just bully with our superior Earth. However, the other thing is like, yeah, you'll see it when we get to the pool summary. But yeah, I'm a bit scared when I'm going into these. Then from there we have Powder, Swolax, Caleb, Nova. We've got Thunder in here in Powder. But Powder is definitely like the least experienced of the Thunder players. So like this is a pretty balanced pool, all things considered. Two less experienced players on stronger elements, and two very experienced players on some of the worse elements. Then we have Stellar Kristoff, Drooby, Super Insane, Steuben. So again, Super Insane gets what we're looking for. We're looking for a bracket that does not have the other potential good divine. So this is a good place to be. However, there's still some threats here. Of course, we have Drooby with Frost, which means Blistrix. We've got Steuben with Wind, and as we've talked about, Wind has some pretty good stuff going on. Then we've got Law, Peeps, Aurora, Golden Nova. We've got Law gets a dodge, having to fight an Earth, which is exactly what you want to be seeing as a Zeus or Demeter player. That's like, okay, I'm probably making enough pools if I see that situation. Peeps is on a good element as well. Like these are all like pretty decent elements. And most of these players have like a decent amount of play experience. Then we have Dimax. I feel so bad for PK Sparks and Manoshea here. Dimax, Bean, PK Sparks, Manoshea is like, good luck. Good luck, man. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Good luck. And then, yeah. Trisha Justin, like, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Godspeed. And then we have, yeah, this pool. Where it's like A-Drive, Aspira, K-Cray, Iron Boffin. Pretty cool, pretty balanced pools. Like, some pools are just nightmare pools. Other pools are like, oh, these are pretty chill, these are pretty balanced. But what I think you're looking for is as few other Thunder or Earths as possible. That's what you want to be seeing. That's the path to getting into the top 16. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this stuff. I was really excited to be in this Elestriad. And I want to give my thoughts on like the pools and like what I was looking for as a player, getting my picks and looking at how pools are shaking up. Like, elements matter the most to me, but player quality, of course, also matters. But the good players are generally picking good elements. Even Caleb down in pick 31 got to pick a pretty good element. Fire is still a pretty good choice, given what was available. And somehow Earth made its way down to me. Don't know how that happened. I really, truly do not understand how that happened. But it's what it is. We will do some commentary videos on my matches of the on any matches that happen for me in the Elestriad. You'll have to see how that goes. If it's just we're just going to be going over the pool summary, or if we make it any further, don't count on it. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is Hunter Surge signing off.